You're listening to the Amazing Facts Daily Devotional. Today's topic, Marvin Olasky, From Communist to Christian, Part 2. For the next 8 hours, Marvin Olasky did not move. He simply thought about his life, his family, his motives. It was a decidedly supernatural experience. By 11 p.m., he had reached one conclusion. He was no longer an atheist. Another 2 hours had him walking in the dead of night all over campus, still deep in thought. At 1 a.m., he reached another conclusion. He was not a communist. Oddly, after this grand revelation, Olasky did not do much of anything but continue on with his graduate studies. Preoccupied with his work, he forgot all about God. Then, one night, while engrossed in perfecting his Russian, a skill required for his doctorate, he came across an old souvenir. It was the New Testament, in Russian. At no time did it cross his mind that this book was about the God in which he recently professed to believe. It was simply a nail in his academic tool belt. He opened it to the first page and began to read the book of Matthew. But only a few chapters into the Sermon on the Mount, Olasky had already gleaned that this was no ordinary book. No mortal hand had written this. This was from a divine source. But it was not smooth sailing from there. It took several years of internal battling before Olasky admitted that he was a Christian. It took God stripping out his intellectual pride. It took reading more of his word. It took meeting his future wife and plying her with recommendations of Christian authors. It took earning his doctorate and getting married and moving all the way to the West Coast. It was the year 1976. Olasky and his wife had begun attending a nearby church regularly. One day, a deacon came for a visit and, without any preamble, asked him one simple question. "Well, you believe this stuff, don't you?" asked the deacon. After thinking about it, Olasky realized that he had actually been believing for quite some time. A week later, both he and his wife were baptized. Olasky went on to become a prolific Christian author and editor as well as pioneer of the Republican Party's compassionate conservatism philosophy of the 1990s and early 2000s. How does reading the Bible transform us? Why is the Bible so meaningful to you? Our key Bible text today comes from John chapter 1 and verse 14. "And the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth." Thank you for listening to the Amazing Facts Daily Devotional.